Okie dokie. Well, then let's start off cross-legged today. And let's just drape your arms over your legs. I'm gonna fix my doodad here. And just taking a few deep breaths. So working on relaxing through the face. So try to allow your eyebrows to rest. They've been furrowed a little bit. Just let them come back to neutral. Trying to make sure the muscles around your cheekbones have softened so the eyes aren't squinting. And relaxing slightly through the jaw so you can keep your lips together but allow your jaw to go slack. And with each breath out, we're letting the shoulders rest down a little more. Just lifting that chin slightly, opening the airway. Take a few more breaths. Okay, from here, we're going to tuck the chin back. So tucking the chin back and tightening up in the upper back just a little bit. Give yourself that double chin, a couple breaths. Relaxing that chin, go ahead and drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the head to neutral and just nod the head yes, so chin up and down. Then shaking the head no, turning the chin shoulder to shoulder. Okay, return the head to neutral. Drop the ear to one shoulder. Inhale, draw through the center. Exhale, dropping the ear to the other shoulder. Okay, bringing that head back to neutral, you can roll the shoulders forward. And roll them back. Okay, we're gonna take an arm, let's stretch across, grab hold with the other arm, and we're going to pull across and maybe twist slightly. Keeping that shoulder held down, so trying not to crank up toward the ear. Relaxing that arm, same on the other side. We're stretching across, pulling and getting a little twist. Keeping that shoulder down from the ear. All right, Coming back to the center, let's take those feet and move them out of our cross-legged position. In case your feet are going to sleep, you can wiggle your toes a little bit if you want. Let's go ahead and fold over those legs. Just hold for a few breaths. Okay, let's inhale, draw those feet in, allow the knees to drop off to the side. We're gonna roll the body back, lift the chest toward the ceiling, taking a few breaths. This is where we're going to kind of lift through our belly button. We'll allow that pelvis to roll forward so your back isn't rounded. Bring back up nice and straight. Leave one hand behind you, other hand on top of the knee, and get a little twist. And then passing through the center, hand goes down, other hand is on the thigh, twisting away from our center. Let's return to the front. You can fold over those legs. Maybe grabbing hold of the feet for a sec if you need an anchor. Checking out how dirty your feet are. Then if you want to make it a little bit more of a deeper stretch, you can reach those hands out in front of you. Couple more breaths. We're going to inhale, place the hands behind you for a sec. We're going to drop the knees over to one side. Keep that hand behind and big stretch away from those legs. So now we're moving that side stretch, that back stretch down into your side. So with this, we're trying to actually turn and look behind us as much as we can. Again, we're going to inhale, move through the center, drop those knees off to the other side, hand on top of the thighs, and twist away. All right, now coming back to the front. One more time, we're going to keep those feet up. You can reach around and massage into the feet if you'd like. Just warming up the feet. And into the toes a little bit. And then from there, we're gonna go on to hands and knees, and we're gonna pull the toes under if you can. So if you can't do this, you can just sit with your feet flat. Otherwise, you will curl those toes under and allow the weight of the feet just to stretch out the bottom of the foot, so into the plantar fascia and all that fun stuff. We're gonna move the weight forward a little bit, take some of the pressure off the back, maybe stretch through the wrists slightly. So back is nice and flat. And then allowing the body to move to the rear a little bit. So still that sawing motion, just going a little bit slower today. So hips are gonna move back. We're putting more weight on the feet, stretching out through those toes. And then moving forward again when you're ready, stretching through the wrist, or you can move your hands further up on the mat if you need to. And once again, moving the hips back. Let's do one more pass forward and back, just adjusting where you need to, stretching out through those shoulders and your hips. And then pressing back again when you're ready. All right, we're gonna come up off the mat. Let's lift the hands up, keep a knee down. We're gonna bring one leg forward. If you wanna fold your mat over to give yourself some cushion, go ahead and do so. And we're gonna start with just an upright stretch for the hip flexors. So chest is up tall. We're gonna start with keeping our weight back over our back knee, and we're gonna tuck the hips slightly. So you're moving your hips underneath your body, allowing those hip flexors to already be on stretch. Keeping a good amount of pressure into the floor with your shin. So we're not picking that leg up, we're pushing down through the floor, tucking through the hip. You can move your weight slightly forward if you feel like you need an added stretch. And then we're gonna take the front side arm on the inside of your leg and we're twisting off to the side. So try to breathe deeply, still through the sides of your rib cage, and you might feel a pretty deep stretch in here, in the side of your body or in towards your spine. And then backside arm can come up and over. We'll get a little side bend. Two more breaths here. We're gonna bring that arm down. We're gonna do the same thing we did last week. Let's take that back foot and curve it in. Sit all the way back onto our bottom, and we're making figure four. So same leg is in front. The knee that we were sitting on is back here in the back. Nice and easy, just fold forward. So one more breath in. On the exhale, you can come on up. We're gonna repeat on the other side. So take your time. We're gonna come up onto the other knee. Other leg is gonna be in front in our lunge. So once again, we're not going really far forward. We're just keeping our weight back on our back leg. And if you wanna take a second to fold your mat over to give yourself some more cushion, you can. That front knee is bent at 90 degrees. Remember, we're starting chest up nice and tall. Chest up nice and tall, and we're gonna tuck those hips under just a little bit. So squeeze in your cheeks. And if that feels like a decent stretch, remember you're pushing your back foot into the ground. You can move your weight forward slightly, but keeping those hips tucked while you do. And then front side arm is going to go on the inside of your thigh, and we're twisting to the side. So keeping that tuck underneath, turning to the side, moving that stretch in and up the side of the torso. And then backside arm is going to come up and over, getting a little side bend. So big stretch through the side of the hip. One more big breath in. On the exhale, you can relax, turn back to the front. Let's pull that back foot in. Same thing, we're sitting back. Allowing the front leg to stay in front, back legs curling in. And once again, we're gonna fold it forward over that extended leg. Two more breaths here. All right, let's go ahead and inhale, come on up. We're gonna go into downward dog. So place those hands down on the mat, curl the toes under. When you're ready, you can pick those hips up and move back and away from your wrists. So we're sinking those heels, still allowing our knees to bend slightly, lifting those hips as high as you can. Two more breaths. All right, then we're gonna walk the feet forward, walk the hands back. Nice and easy, come on up, knees forward, hips forward, and my head is cut off in the camera. Got no head. Got to fix that. Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna do some wide angle stuff. So let's put those feet nice and wide. All right, so starting off with just a little bit of a knee bend, we're gonna press the hips to the rear, allow the body to sink down, stretching toward the floor. We're gonna walk those hands over toward one extended leg. Nice easy bend to the side. And again, walking through, reaching to the other leg. Again, coming back to the center, reaching those hands down. You can fold those arms if you need it, if you need the extra stretch. We're going to soften the knees. Inhale, let's bring the body up. I'm going to place the hands on the back side of the hips, so basically on your boot aid. Press those hips forward. All right, so let's return the hips to neutral. We're gonna take one set of toes, turn them out to the side. So one toes is pointing one way, one are pointing perpendicular to the other way. Let's bring the hands up, tip at the hips, and reach down toward the back of that front heel. So try not to keep your front knee so locked that your knee hyperextends. Allow a little bend if you need it. Big stretch on the side of the body, and if this is too much, remember you can place your hands up higher on your shin. It's not so much stress on your back. One last breath in. We're gonna exhale, bring it on up. You can drop those arms down. Let's pull that foot in. Other foot's gonna go out to the side, same thing. Toes turned out, we're bringing those hands up. We're gonna tip at the hips, stretching one arm down, other hand up toward the ceiling. Mats are extra sticky today. Remember, if you can't reach all the way down, you can have your hand on your shin. That way you're not having to lean over so much. One last breath in. On the exhale, let's go ahead and bring it on up. Pull those toes in. We're going to go ahead and lay down on the mat. Again. So go ahead and lay on down. We're going to lay on our backs. We're already in our last couple of minutes here. So you can keep those knees bent if you would like, if you want to relax that low back, or you can send your legs out nice and straight. Go ahead and close your eyes and rest for these last couple of moments. Got one more moment. If you want to stay here longer. Otherwise, when you're all done for today, you can wiggle around and sit on up. All right, well, thanks very much to my online folks. See y'all again next time.